All right, here we are, here we go. Let's just go here. I'm coming on a couple minutes early because Jen gave me the go-ahead. And let's, as you're jumping on, say hello to me. Let me know that you're here. Let me know how the Abundance Flash Mob party is going for you so far. What's going on? All right, so as you guys are jumping on, say hello. Happy anniversary, everybody. Happy anniversary, Samantha. Hey, Dora, great to see you. Oh my gosh, we gotta catch up. Great to see you. I'm like in heavenly, I feel like I'm in heavenly space right here, and I realize my camera is a little crooked. Let me know you can hear me okay. I keep wanting to like come closer because I'm not sure you can hear me from back here. But if you guys don't know me, I just got to Arizona and I live in Florida, and so my thing here has been everything's just a little different. Everything's just a little different. Okay, awesome, you can hear me okay. Hey Whitney, good to see you guys. So I was just jumping on for my slot to talk about nourishment and just saying happy anniversary Samantha Bearden, happy anniversary all you wonderful Flashmobbers. Seriously, like just reflecting, yay, all the hearts, reflecting on what a great place this is and how much growth I've been able to do in this group, in this corner of the internet, and how grateful I am for it. I mean, I was having a talk with some friends about like the goods and bads, the positives and negatives of technology, and this is one of the moments that I'm so grateful for it, because I've gotten to have so many of you in my life, and it just gives me all the warm fuzzy feels. Hi hearts, as you're joining, say hi. As you're watching the replay, definitely say replay love in the comments below. Let me know where in the world you're tuning in from. This is one of the cool things about the 24 Hours of Abundance Flash Mob, is that we cross all time zones and fill 24-hour slots. The light behind you are so off the chain magical. I know, it's like golden hour here. The sun's about to go down. And usually when I work outside, it's during the day, right? It's like 6:30 in the evening here. So I was like, oh, I didn't think about that. I hope I, you know, finish before the sun does. But it made for some cool effects. And I know my camera's a little crooked, but I seriously need like a tripod person or something. I need like some help. But it's all good. We're rolling with it. We are rolling with it. So I'm gonna jump right in here. Let me know as you guys join. And definitely, if you have questions as I am speaking, go ahead and drop them in. I definitely want this to be interactive. I want it to be fun. I'm all about fun and playfulness. In the scheme of things, that's an energy that the universe responds to, that our cells respond to. We respond to playfulness and fun on a cellular level. So I want a tripod person, really, like, that can be their whole job. So I love interaction here, okay? So yeah, if you don't know me, if you're new to the Abundance Flash Mob, if you're new to Amanda, I am Amanda Heisman. I am a nutrition intuitive, or nutrition channel. I'm an energy embodiment coach and an intuitive eating teacher. So what does that mean? Hey Jen, so good to see you. Jen just did some rockin' stuff right before me. Dora just finally got her divine feminine blend. Awesome. She's talking about, she was in one of my elixir classes and she just got the ingredients to finally make her divine feminine elixir, her goddess elixir, her queen elixir, her Athena elixir, her Cleopatra elixir, whatever goddess you're calling it at the moment. Awesome. So I help women create joyful and easy relationship with food, with body, and with self. So kind of these things that we've almost been stripped of or have been taken away from us, a healthy relationship with food, body, and self, by society these days, just by nature of where we are in human history. We just happen to be on the planet at this time where that happens to be a difficult thing, right? A lot of, at many points throughout history, this wasn't such a difficult thing. Like, this was the most natural relationship in the world. Food, body, myself. And I love helping direct people back towards those things, back away from the energy of diet and restriction, which, as I feel like I'm an energy worker as well, so as I feel that, it feels like an energetic box. It feels really restrictive. Away from doing math when we eat, away from calorie counting, away from all that nonsense, and into the universal energy of nourishment. Nourishment as an umbrella. The energy of nourishment is really open, it's really free, it's really pleasurable, it's really divine. It can happen with ease, and it is sacred. It is our birthright to be well nourished. And a third breath on that. Yes. So as I feel well nourished, as I feel, because oftentimes we are overfed and undernourished in our society, I love thinking about what nourishes me beyond food as well, right? Like I dive deep into the emotional and spiritual sides of nourishment. And really exploring, kind of taking off, because I see it almost like an energetic backpack, like this burden on our shoulders of cultural conditioning. Just kind of take it off, hang it on the shelf, hang it on the hook, right? Take that cloak off, and we can always pick it up on the way out if the new way doesn't work for us. But letting go of that and really stepping into something that a mindset that nourishes us as well, right? And I don't see this so much as, I do see it as an unlearning and relearning, but it's actually a remembering. It's actually a getting back in touch with ancient ways and with the ancient wisdom within that we all have in the collective, right? That we all have that ancient knowing within of what nourishes us. And coming back to that like sovereign divine creator within that knows exactly what you need to put in your mouth, like your body tells you. So that's a little bit about what I do when I say I teach intuitive eating. I have different methods that I teach, different practices that I teach along the mindful eating side of things to get in touch with body signals, but then I also work energetically and spiritually with the chakras. So I teach intuitive eating and getting in touch with your own, because of course you can do it for yourself, but it's nice to have a mentor to kind of bridge the gap. And that's what I do with my channeling. So I channel the needs of what I call the nourishment body. This has been a lot of fun for me to explore. Hey Tammy, so good to see you. Definitely as you guys are joining, say hello. Let me know that you're here, especially if you've never seen me before. So I channel the needs of the nourishment body. And I see that as kind of a physical body meets higher self, and they commune and communicate about what they both need. And it looks to me, when I'm reading someone's nourishment body, I'm really open to how the information can come through. Sometimes it is a color that needs that needs to be eaten, right? A color that needs, and that usually is associated with a chakra. Sometimes it's just a list of foods to eat or don't eat. Sometimes it is an organ. Oftentimes it's an organ that needs supported, or some sort of system, like the hormonal system, the endocrine system, hydrated, not dehydrated, in the body. So kind of more along the lines of medical intuition. And it can also be that relationship. I can also be addressing or uncovering some sort of relationship with food that needs addressed, or some sort of underneath trauma, the energetic hook under the thing that is being reflected in the emotional eating or the overeating or whatever it is, right? Hey Richard, good to see you. So that's who I am, that's how that information comes through. And I just want to take, do you guys have any questions so far about that? And how do you think you've been affected personally by the culture we grew up in? And what sort of diets or not have you tried? And what do you know works for your body? Because you are the expert at what your body needs. And I'm sure, having lived as much life as you have so far, that you've discovered things and you know things about what your body likes or doesn't like, right? And you got that information through experience, through living life, through practice. And how much more is there to explore? So Dora mostly just cut sugar and reduced bread. Congratulations. And how has that made you feel so far? What have you noticed so far? And so I really think it's important to recognize you can hear me talking and it's like, yeah, I get it. But I think it is very important to just take a second and recognize, just like we're exposed to advertising or marketing every day, and we see it and we don't think it affects us, but they've done studies about how deeply that stuff affects us, right? And just living in the society we do every day, it's kind of like pollution to air, right? You don't see it, but you know that it's affecting you. And so with this idea of society telling us our bodies have to be a certain way, or our eating has to be a certain way, and it's so confusing out there in the nutrition industry and the health industry, right? It does get in our psyche at some point. Dora says, and I try to eat healthy but in moderation, and I try not to cut everything. Fruit tastes good. Awesome. So it's important to recognize how deeply that runs, and to recognize what the answer is to those, what the reframes are to those. Like the body positivity movement is a great start, right? Like it's a great movement to start accepting self. Because just like the law of attraction and anything else, like if you're going to buy a house or make more money or anything like that, you're focusing on what you want, not what you don't want. And you're also focusing on being grateful for where you are. Like, I have to be grateful for where I am. I have to love this body that I am in order to get to where I'm going, like my goals for my body, right? And so when people come to me for weight loss, it's important to recognize that weight loss isn't actually an end game. It's more of a byproduct of getting healthy on a cellular level, right? Of being well nourished. When you are well nourished, your body, like the weight will just fall off if you're ready to lose it, if it's not an energetic protection, right? If it's not serving some other purpose in your life. So it's important to recognize, like, dang, this weight, like I grew a baby with this weight, or it kept me warm during the winter, or it just served a purpose of feeling like a layer of protection in this like unhealthy relationship I was in, and I want to get to a new place in this relationship or leave this relationship, but in the meantime I'm just going to appreciate that this weight helped me, it served a purpose. So does that kind of feel, you can see how that feels a little different than oh my god, I hate my body and I just don't accept it the way it is, and I need to lose so many pounds, and I need to get a six-pack, and I need to do yoga poses on the beach and put it on Instagram, or whatever, whatever we're doing whatever you crazy kids are doing these days. And I myself had a lot of identity wrapped up in not really realizing it, but in my athlete's body. I was a college athlete, and I went through my 20s doing marathons and triathlons and soccer, and then I got in a car accident that kind of changed everything. 5 days before my 30th birthday, I got in a car accident that changed my entire life. And I couldn't do those things anymore. So not only did I have to reinvent myself physically, but I had to address that I had so much identity wrapped up in that, and learn how to love my body again, and learn how to love it when it was holding a lot of weight, and learn how to love it when it was maybe not holding enough weight, and what it could do and what it couldn't do, and whether it could or couldn't do certain things. So there's a lot wrapped up in there, and what I've really learned about embodiment, and I wouldn't necessarily, say I have a perfect ideal body. I'm on a journey myself, and I'm learning to get strong again in my body after this car accident. And this is what led me to, this was my wake up call that led me out of the corporate world and into nutrition in the first place, and on this journey I've been on the last 7 or 8 years, and now to help other people. But this idea of embodiment is so important, because a lot of times when we're doing this fun spiritual work, emotional work, we kind of like are up here in our upper chakras, right? Or we're out here and up here. And a lot of times I see light workers especially kind of divorce from their physical body a little bit. Like they call it a meat suit, and they're just like, I'm just a light being in this body. Well, you are, but you chose this body as your vehicle for this lifetime. You chose this body as your vehicle to walk around in this lifetime. So what are we going to do with it? Why not love it? Why not nourish it to the best of our ability? And I mean, your body is what's on the spiritual journey. Our cells respond to everything that we're doing. Let me know if this is resonating for you guys. Dora said, ooh, I love that, said Whitney. Dora said, I lost 40 pounds so far. I might lose some more. I'm in that weird space where I could lose some more, but don't mind staying this size. Awesome. That's the perfect place to be in, where you don't really care either way, right? Your body will naturally adjust to what's healthiest for it. When we're not getting in crazy over control, over analyzing it with our mind. I've never maintained this size before, so I freak out when I overeat. Definitely once you love your body, it's easier. 100%. 100%. And that'll be an adjustment too, you know, to stop the freak out. So one of the things I do, I mean, I do a lot of things, but one of the things I do that I wanted to share with you guys, and when we're talking about embodying nourishment, is, okay, so we know what doesn't work. In the same way that we're gonna, instead of focusing on what we don't want, like what we're not gonna have, we focus on adding in more vegetables or more water or whatever it is, right? We're going to focus on what we're going to have more of and not what we're going to have less of. Like, so instead of going around saying, I can't have bread, I can't have sugar, I can't have meat, or whatever it is you're doing, look at all this other stuff I get to have. So in the same like vein as that, instead of going around focusing on what and unconsciously just buying into the cultural conditioning that we've been exposed to around diet and body, I've created a dozen what I call intuitive eating mantras that help us kind of have something to ground in those ideas and get back on that train of like loving ourselves and get back on the intuitive eating train. So these are things like, I am open to new ideas of nourishment. I am open to new ideas of nourishment. I'm replacing judgment with curiosity. I'm replacing judgment with curiosity. Anything I choose or don't choose to put in my body is simply research. Anything I choose or don't choose to put in my body is simply research. Doesn't that take the pressure off? I recognize the innate wisdom of the divine in me, and I'm sovereign to nourish my own unique body. I recognize the innate wisdom of the divine in me, and I am sovereign to nourish my own unique bio-individual body. I am kind to myself and appreciate my process. I celebrate my progress. I am kind to myself and appreciate my process. I celebrate my progress. I deserve freedom, joy, pleasure, and ease around my nourishment experience. I deserve to enjoy eating food, right? I deserve to enjoy it to be easy, for it to be simple, for it to be joyful, for it to be orgasmic even, for it to be a recognition of the divine in me. So how do those things feel? Doesn't that feel so different than, I can only have so many grams of carbohydrates today, and I need to make sure I get this much protein today, and I cheated and I treated myself and I need to make it up by going to run 5 miles, and all these like little negotiations we make. And I can only love myself if the scale says a certain thing. Like, I haven't owned a scale in years. I always have to borrow one when I'm going on my nomadic adventures and I have to weigh my suitcase. And I don't think, there can be some value in knowing that metric for yourself, of course. But there's no value in putting your self-love and self-worth and letting a scale tell you how much you can love yourself, right? So those sorts of mantras are exactly what I do. And not only do we say it in a specific program that I'm thinking of that's called the Embodiment Game, we say it, we sing it, we say it 9 times, like chant it 9 times, we sing it 9 times in the Sanskrit tradition. And then we dance for 9 minutes. So we dance it in. We just dance. Get up. Everybody get up right now. I know you've been watching videos all day, so get up, take a break, stretch. It's good for your body. Movement is always good for your body, especially hip movement. Like, get some heaven and earth energy around the middle. Everybody just get a little dance on. I know I don't have music. This is impromptu, but you can dance to the music in your head. Everybody needs a little stretch. What's your favorite song? Somebody drop their favorite song. I'll start singing it if I know it. These are gold, Catherine says. Pow, pow, pow. Dance break, dance break. Dance, dance, dance break. But this dancing really helped us kind of sink that mantra in. And it's recalling what we know, that innate wisdom in ourselves. So it's calling it up from within, and it's sinking it in from without. And it really is kind of changing that approach. And it really is helping to take those baby steps toward intuitive eating, right? Towards nourishment, towards that easy and joyful relationship with food, with body, with self. So how am I doing on time? I don't know. So I'll wrap it up here. Toward that easy relationship, right? So it really is our divine birthright. And if I can leave you with anything, I would say the more, like, to not get so overwhelmed with where you're at that you don't take that first step, because I am forever amazed at how those baby steps, what I would consider a baby step, what I would consider a small action, has exponential effect on exponential impact on our energy, on our health. The result of that baby step goes on, and it ripples out and out. And it probably is affecting not only you, but everyone around you. So don't underestimate the power of doing one small thing today. Awesome. What questions do you guys have for me? Let me know if you guys have any questions. While I'm wrapping up, I'm going to talk about what I have for you. I have some gifts for you. So, in conjunction with this anniversary party, so I do free first mini readings, reading of your nourishment body, and you can schedule a 20-minute session with me. I've put all the links in the caption if you've never done that before. If you have done that before and you would like to dive deeper into a full intuitive nourishment journey in which you get a reading of your nourishment body, you also get taken on a more shamanic journey, and we do some healing around what comes up for you. There's $100 off. That's usually $288. You can schedule it for $188 for the next 5 days after this event. And the coupon code is also in the caption. I think it's just AFM for Abundance Flash Mob. Also, What else is there? The ways to connect with me. You can join my Facebook group, Intuitive Eating for Energy, my Facebook page, Amanda Heisman. My Instagram is Heisman Health. And something new that Dora talked about at the beginning. I love you too, Tammy. All the love for all of you guys. Something else that I've been really exploring and diving deep in lately is elixirs. So these magical vehicles, these alchemical vehicles for our health. I got the light going. For our health in elixirs. So basically a superfood drink in which I put plenty of herbs, berries, all sorts of amazing foods in one drink. And right now, there's a bundle available with me and my business partner Tyrone. We've created a masterclass bundle. The first one is Fundamentals to Elixirs, crafting, if you've never crafted an elixir before. The second is Archetypes and Alchemy of Elixirs. So calling in the feeling or the function or the king, queen, magician, lover, archetypes in with these elixirs, with just by crafting elixirs with certain ingredients. So if that sounds like something you're into, calling in your Athena just by drinking an elixir, we just released it, and so for the month of April it's $77 as an introductory price, which is like nothing. It's like $222 value. So if you would like to grab that link is also in the caption. Tammy, I love you too, girl. So definitely connect with me, you guys. I know there'll be plenty of you watching the replay. If you have any questions, drop them below. I'll come back in the comments. And I've loved jamming with you. Again, thank you, Samantha. I love this group. I love how much growth has happened here. I love how much community and sisterhood and brotherhood has happened in this group. And I appreciate every single one of you. Those I've known for all the years we've been, what is it, the 4th anniversary? All these years, and those that I'm just meeting now. I appreciate you guys. So I'm going to take a moment and just give you a little body blessing, and then I'm going to introduce our next speaker. So if you'd like, take a deep breath and put a hand over your heart and a hand over your belly, your womb space, your lower dantian for the men. And just receive. In this body, no fear. In this body, deep peace. In this body, great happiness. In this body, safety. May experience deep peace, great happiness, and safety in your body today and every day. I love you guys. I can't wait to connect with more of you. Up next, drum roll please, is the amazing Catherine Missel. She's awesome. I've known her for a while. She's just like, it's funny that she wrote These Are Gold, because when I think of her, I think of bright, shiny gold. Like, she's amazing. She is speaking on the 7 ways to start reinventing your entire reality. Go check her out. Do not miss Catherine. Theo, lots of blue hearts, lots of rainbow hearts to you as well. Go check out Catherine, you guys. It has been my pleasure to connect with you today. I love you all so much. Have a good one. Mwah.